Hey guys, this is Folk Neil, and I'm here with a video on Rainbow Six. Here to talk about some stuff that I've noticed since playing the game, and I'm actually doing this video really out of frustration of just playing online with a bunch of random people, and just having a difficult time trying to play as a team, and people understanding what the hell this whole game is about and what they're supposed to do. So I basically did like a six do's and don'ts that I feel like every player that plays this game needs to know. Like it's a must know. Like it's just gonna help you as a player win games, a lot of games, and also make the life of someone like me a little less frustrating, because it just sucks when you play this game with a bunch of random people and it's just they do whatever, and you just die and then you gotta wait for the whole game to come to a close, and it just sucks. I just always want to win, and maybe that might be just my drive to want to win regardless of whether it's a video game or whether it's anything else in life. But it's just you just want to win, and that's what it all comes down to. So, to kick things off, the first thing that I think everyone needs to know is they need to figure out what type of player they are. So I would just say, like, you need to ID who you are. You need to identify who you are. What type of player are you? Like, do you play this game to win all the time? Do you want to play this game for just just playing for fun? It's up to you. You can play the game whatever way you want, but you need to, there's two different game modes. There's the ranked match, which people, stats get affected by that. You get your KD and all that stuff, being affected if you play ranked matches, as if you play a casual game, your stats don't matter and you can do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, I personally don't play casual games because I feel like there's no point. I usually want to play games that I'm gonna win. So it's like there's no point in playing what you call it, casual games to me. So I'm always playing ranked matches, and that's just what I always do. But yeah, that's like one of the main things that you need to focus on. And once you have that, it it's just gonna help, just not you, it's just gonna help everyone else, because then you know exactly what you want to play. And once if you want to play a ranked game, you know how to go in well prepared and everything. Second thing that I want to talk about is know and understand what classes are a must for each map. Like you need to pick the right classes. It's you, the game, if you're gonna play ranked, it's not about, oh, I feel like I want to use Pulse, or I feel like I want to use this guy, or I feel like I want to use that other guy. You gotta see what map you're playing on. If there's a lot of destructibles, if it's gonna be a lot of barricades in there, you need to have all of that stuff well thought out of, and you decide to pick. In my opinion, if you are going on offense, I think the best classes to go with is you need to have a Thatcher or a Twitch. The two can, pretty much do, the job in terms of like disabling mutes, and if they have like the bandit has any those electric charges that gets hooked up to the barricades, so you can basically take those out. You need them, and for the most part, most maps have spots where they're gonna put up barricades and you're gonna need to breach through them. The second one I'm gonna go with is you need a termite. It's a must. A termite is just one of those characters in the game that you just gotta get. And if I had to, if you don't have termite, then you just forced to find your way around the map and just try to get to the objective, and it makes it a lot harder. If you have termite, you can just push through, and still it just opens up and gives you a lot of options, when moving through the map. My third pick would be for offense. It would be I would say Blackbeard, which is a new addition to the game. Blackbeard is pretty good because of the shield that it has. It's able to, break through windows and look through and, kind of take a peek in there to see if there's anybody in there. And, the shield also prevents people from actually shooting at him. So he gets a pretty good advantage when it comes to peeking through windows. The fourth option that I possibly would go with is well, let me think. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to do all of this, from the top of my head. So I don't have any kind of list or anything, but I just wanted to do it because it's, I've been frustrated and I just wanted to get it out. The fourth option for me is gonna be, let me think. What else do you need? You got Thatcher, you got Termite, you got Blackbeard. Um, Ash is pretty good because Ash can pretty much breach through a lot of wooden barricades and a lot of windows and all that stuff without actually having to get close. So Ash is pretty good. You can use Fuse, but you got to know when to use Fuse. If it's a hostage, it's usually not the best option to go with. But anything else, secure area, um, bombs, yeah, Fuse is one of the best. I've Blitz. You know what? That's what I was looking for. Blitz. It's also one of the best options to go with. If I had to pick up my top five, I would say a Blitz, Blackbeard. You got Termite, you got Thatcher, and a Fuse. A Fuse, depending on if the map is a secure area or not. If it's not and it's a hostage, I wouldn't go with Fuse. I'd probably go with, an Ash. That would be my pick. That would be my top five picks. On defense, my top five picks are going to be, you need Frost because the welcome mats. If you put the welcome mats like you see in the video, the guy just shot a couple of people and walked right into the welcome mat. If you put the welcome mat in the right places, it's one of the most effective, what you call a classes or the the different operators that you can actually go with. I would say you need a rook to help your teammates out. It gives them that armor that they need, and it makes it hard for them to get killed and shot pretty fast. You need this. What else would I suggest for? You need. I wouldn't say you need a mute or a blitz, one of those, just so when you set up, barricades on the walls, you can put them down there. Do not use the mute to stop the drones. They're gonna figure out where the hostage is. They're gonna figure out where the bomb is. They always do. So it's pointless to just set the mute up in a way that you're just trying to get rid of the drones. It has no point. There's no point in doing that. Just put them behind the barricades. It prevents them from the termite from breaching in and anybody else from jumping in. So it's one of the best things to do. And I'll try to move on. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is get a goddamn good headset. It's just one of the I don't have that much time, so I'm gonna move on to the next thing on here, and that's having a good headset. It's just one of the must for this games. If you've ever thought about getting a good headset for any game, this is the one game you're gonna need a good headset for. Like I've played so many different games, and the headset actually does play an important role in it. But out of all the games that I've played, this is the one game that you're gonna need a good headset because it gives you positional awareness of where your enemies are, and you just pretty much hear where everything, anything that's going on in the game. It's just you need a good headset if you're gonna play this game. And if you don't, which I'm not going to say, everyone is going to have a good headset, because not everyone is going to have a good headset. It's not cheap. It's a little bit expensive. I have the PlayStation Gold wireless headset. I got it on a deal on Amazon for $50. So, it was a pretty decent price. It's pretty good. You're gonna hear everything that's pretty much going on in the game. I wanted to get the HyperX because it had the extended mic, but I'm gonna try and get that if I can, just to add, just to try it out and just to add it to my headset collection, if you gotta, say so. But yeah, having a good headset is one of the requirements to playing this game. And if you don't and you can't afford it, you just gotta listen out to your teammates, because sometimes some people actually have good headset, and once they switch to your character when you're playing, they can pretty much hear everything that's going on around you. There's been instances where people have had bad headset, and I'm telling them, hey, the guy's on your right, and then they looking on their left, which, I guess they're trying to trust the TV headset or whatever it is. If it's the cheap ass PlayStation um uh, headphones that come along with the game, which is a pretty terrible, headphones to go along with, and it's just not good enough. So if you're gonna play this game competitively, you need a really good headset. And then I'm gonna move on to the next one, which is just shut the fuck up. Like, people cannot shut up. They are constantly talking. And for that reason, if you have a good headset, you can't hear where people are. I need to hear where people are. That's the whole point of having a good headset. If I have a good if I have a good headset, like I was saying, and you just constantly talking, like I can't hear anything. Like, it sometimes gets to the point where people are just screaming because they just got killed, or for whatever reason that they just screaming. It makes no sense to me why, like, you just dead. Some people are dead and they just want to constantly keep talking, and I just don't get it. Because, the more you keep talking, the more you're just gonna confuse me and give me the wrong, information in regards to where the enemy might be. So just, people need to shut the fuck up. That's just pretty much what I gotta say. And the last thing I'm gonna throw in here is, if you die, help your team win. Like, there's so many ways that one of the things that I look for when I'm trying to, find people to play with is what is their win percentage, or what's their win KD, if you want to put it that way, because I could care less about your KD. I just want to win. If the guy has a pretty good win ratio or win KD, then it's just something good to have, because they're gonna help out. Once they die, they're gonna look on the cameras, they're gonna spot out, the enemy, so people know exactly where they are. And it's one of those things that is, the little things that are vital in the game, but a lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to. And because of that, it kind of ruins the whole game, and you could lose because they died, and just, they probably put their gaming controller down and just, go do whatever they want to do, and just not help out. And there's so many ways you can help your team win, without, being actually, you know in the game. I mean, you want to play the game, but if you're dead, which it's your own fault for dying, you're supposed to help your team out, and that's what one of the things a lot of people don't do. A couple of things that I want to add to this is the fact that people need to know what the objective is and stay in the fucking objective. People roam so much I mean, it's good to have a couple of people roaming in, but if you have the whole team roaming, it's as you can see in one of my videos, is one of the clips I have on here is you just go grab the enemy and you just leave. So I mean, that's all the good stuff. Just do these things and you can help your team become really good. Thanks for watching. Bye.